All right, Wednesday the 13th, we have as many reps as possible. You're gonna pick between 15 and 20 minutes. You're just gonna set your timer, which is on your timers page, and you're gonna pick your number of minutes. So we have thrusters, swings, crossbody punches, heel touches. Thrusters. Swings. Crossbody punches. And heel touches. Okay, so just to talk about this a little bit further, what this means is you're doing these 4 exercises repeatedly until the timer stops. So there's no rounds, there's no planned rest, you just keep going until your timer stops. So obviously if you pick 20 minutes, you might have to take a break here and there, but you're not doing these as a round, then stopping, doing it as a round, then stopping. You're continuously running through them until you absolutely have to stop. A lot of times, like if you're used to doing this type of workout, you will pace yourself enough where you don't really have to rest. You're just gonna work steadily and continuously. If you go really hard, you might have to take a break after doing this a couple times and then restart, and then you might have to take another break, but you don't wanna plan your break. This type of workout is meant to be difficult, and it's meant to be hard, and it's just meant that you're going as fast as you can until you can no longer. So, like I said, there's really no rounds. You're just running through it. If you would like, you can tally after you finish the 4. Finish 4, tally, but without taking a break. That's what I'm saying, tally, because you just keep like a notebook nearby, finish your heel touches, stand up, tally it, move right on to your thrusters, no break. But if you want to know in the end how many you actually did, you would multiply your tally marks by the number in front of your exercise, which is your number of reps, to find out how many total reps you got done in 20 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever it is. So say you got 10 tallies, there's 10 thrusters, that means you did 100 thrusters in 15 minutes, or what, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to tally. If you don't care, it doesn't matter. But the point is you're doing continuous work without any planned rests for the amount of time that you pick. So for our thrusters, bring my chair over because I know we're gonna need it. You're gonna take your dumbbells, bring them up like you're doing a shoulder press, but you're gonna squat first. Squat first, stand up, shoulder press. Squat, shoulder press. Squat, shoulder press. Squat, shoulder press. That is your thruster. Squat, press. If you have to squat, then press, that's fine. But usually you kind of press as you're going up into like one smooth motion, okay? If you need to sit, stand, press. Sit, stand, press. Sit, stand, press, okay? That is your thruster. Your swing is very similar to kind of what I talk about when I explain your straight leg deadlift. So we were hinging at the hip, our upper body was folding to the floor, our butt was pushing back to the wall, remember? And then we stood up, squeezed our butt cheeks. Very similar motion for our swing. This is what your swing looks like. Very similar. The only difference is you're holding the weight in your hand and it's swinging between your legs and coming up like a pendulum. So very similar body motion to the straight leg deadlift. Your body comes down, you're hinging at the hip, your butt is pushing backward to the wall with a slight bend in your leg, okay? This is your swing. You don't want to do this. This is a weighted squat. This is a swing. The major difference is your upper body folds down and hinges at the hip forward when you're doing a swing or a deadlift. When you're doing a squat, your body stays upright, okay? So that's the easiest way to tell the difference. So that's your swing. Another exercise that's ideal for a kettlebell, but you can obviously hold your dumbbell. Crossbody punches. We're just gonna sink down into like a half squat, kind of like here, and you're just gonna punch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 20. So with this, seems kind of silly sometimes to do like fake punching, but you're doing it with intent. So when you do it, you should be breathing out every time you punch, and you should be actually trying to like do a good punch. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to just kind of flail your arms. All right, so that's your crossbody punch. Heel touches. So this is for the sides, like your little oblique area of your abs. So you're gonna get down, knees up, hands are gonna be to the side. What you're doing is you're gonna teeter back and forth, having this side touch, hand to heel, this side touch, hand to heel. Touch, 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 touch. So my upper body is kind of teetering on my lower back. I'm going back and forth, touching my heel. If this is too easy for you, if you do not feel that you're actually like bending or that your sides are working, move your feet farther away from your hands. So if you're way up here, you can touch your heel without even teetering either way. You want to make it where you have to go to the side to touch, okay? So that's when you're going to feel it. You're going to be working your sides. So also, if your feet are farther apart, they're easier to touch versus if they're closer together. So farther away from your body and closer together is the hardest. Closer to your body and far apart is the easiest. So like I said, all you have to do is think about, how can I make it harder for my hands to touch my heel? And that's what you do, okay? So with this, I'm really having to lean both sides to touch. So that's really, really working my sides, okay? And that's it. So like I said, you just keep repeatedly running through, and ideally taking like 2 breaks or less. That is ideal, because what you're trying to do is it's almost like a race against the clock. You want to get as many as you can in that time frame. So the less breaks, the more work. The more work, the more reps. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. It's very mental. I always like to make sure I have my music going, that I'm playing. Like I try not to stop to switch songs, but if it's something that I don't like, I will take the minute to hit, and then I'll keep going. If I don't like it, I'll do it again. But it's definitely mental, and so is the EMOMs. They're mental too. So a lot of times it helps to have good music playing, and you just work, work, work.